Thanks very much for joining us once again. How is preparations going for the World Cup 2026?
Great, apart for the weather today, but no, all looking good, all very positive. Good numbers, players all looking fit and strong, and the work we're doing with wellness up at Excite Techno Gym is going really well as well. So yeah, all positive.
And it looks like it'll be a big year for the CP squad. We've got England coming up next month, Atlanta in May, and some other international friendlies in the summer. So how is that? How are you tackling each one at a time?
Yeah, well, obviously England's. We do always have our games against England every year, but obviously being a World Cup year makes it a wee bit more special. And also England gives us a benchmark of where we are. We always use them as a benchmark just to see where we are, both from our fitness and obviously we've got a few new faces in the team as well. So we'll be able to give these boys a run out over a couple of days against England, and then that gives us an idea of what we need to work on heading towards into the World Cup later on, and obviously Atlanta before then. So.
And talking of Atlanta, how important is that going to be from a point of view of getting a trip in before going to America in October and getting used to the surroundings, the environment that the players will inevitably playing at that international stage?
That's massive, and I just actually said that to the players. I think that's one of the things. Not just Atlanta will be brilliant, it'll be a great experience, wonderful facility, wonderful hosts, and wonderful place to go. So. But it'll give the players the experience of travelling, because it's not just a case of, don't get me wrong, it's great to arrange friendlies, but what we're able to do now is actually put in a more tournament set up as part of our build up as well, where players are travelling, then recovering from travelling, then training, recovering from training, and getting used to games and what have you. So yeah, that'll be massive. I'm really looking forward to that one.
So of course, first benchmark is England, and then Atlanta, and then international friendlies in the summer. It's just going to be, we're kind of bring it up a notch every single time, just inevitably ending up at that World Cup in October.
Yeah, it's just a case of being better tomorrow than you are today, to be honest. Just learning from everything, using everyone as a learning experience, playing really good opponents, and they're at the level the boys want to play it and should be playing it. So it'll be important for us as the coaching team and the management team to sit back and take on board all the data that we see from these games and put that to use for our preparations for further subsequent friendlies, and then again into the World Cup. So yeah, exciting times ahead.
The national squad played Japan yesterday, and there was a feature in the programme with the CP squad highlighted. How important is it, and how was it exciting to see that raise awareness?
Yeah, and brilliant. Massive thanks to Ashley, the head of para football at Hampden, who is obviously championed our cause brilliantly, and it was great to see it. Unfortunately, you and I used to go to a lot of the games, Ben. It's probably one of the games we've not been to, one of the few games we've not been to, but it was great to see that. But it's great to see the boys getting the recognition they deserve, because it's not just Steve Clark's team that's going off to a World Cup this year, it's our boys, and it's great to see them. And I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there, Tartan Army fans, who have read that weren't aware of it before. And if it's made them aware of it now, that's great. If it gives us some exposure that may lead to some much needed sponsorship as well, great. But for me, it was more a personal thing. It was just great to see the boys getting the recognition they deserve for all their efforts since I've come in, if not before that as well. So.
And today is the first day of our 4,000 miles campaign.
Yep.
What would it mean to you and the rest of the team, really, to make sure we're at that World Cup in October?
Yeah, and it means everything, you know. It's the pinnacle of our sport, and the key thing is we know where we are from a funding perspective, and as I've said to the players, we can only control what we can control, and we know what we've got coming from our various funding groups, so we need to make the rest up through our various initiatives, and this is a great one. And again, thanks to everybody that's put it together. Thanks to you for your efforts, and thanks to the players for their efforts in putting it together. And if anybody's watching this can help us out, then please feel free to donate via the multiple links that I'm sure you're going to send them.
That was great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.